Traces of the supernatural reveal themselves more often than intelligent and reasonable men would prefer them to. Chimeras, worshipped by our ancestors centuries ago, crawl back into the light from ancient times. The directors of our fate rain ash down on us from the grey heavens. They conceal themselves beneath us, above us, and among us, staying hidden until we muster up the resolve to meet their malevolent gaze. Having been discovered, they appear in the flesh for a mere moment, and then they expire horribly, wreaking havoc on the world that they rightfully see as their toy.
Alright, good evening everyone, and welcome to Pathologic. So this is another one from my list of games that I own and would like to beat, but have never really gotten around to beating, that I'm going to try and play through. Real quick before we get started, I'm just going to do some tweaking of the settings. I just wanted to keep the little intro scene in there. Alright, that should be a little bit better. So, Pathologic is... well, it's very Russian. I would describe it as that. I know it's some kind of like mystery game. I haven't read a lot about the plot kind of intentionally because I wanted to experience it mostly fresh. But I've heard it's very good and also incredibly obtuse. And I don't think it's particularly mechanically difficult, but apparently it's very just like difficult to get into. So we'll see how we do with this. Let's go ahead and start up a new game. Oh.
So, it's all about trickery to you? Wherever have you come from?
No. I detest trickery. But if we ourselves are to suffer deception, our hands are no longer tied. Where are we?
Well, the muscular contraction is there. Means you're already inside of him. This must be one of the ventricles, right here.
What a silly place. It's stuffed. So it's not real for now? I don't think it has started yet.
Does it matter what it's made of? It's definitely struggling. We need to perform sectio transversalis. Cut the wall. There's no other way out. What else is there to do?
I know what to do. Those who favor hard logic and direct action are bound to be misguided. Only a miracle can set us free without us having to destroy something. And I can do miracles. Just let me.
Will you please be quiet? You're a liar and a thief. Who is going to believe you when you keep lying to yourself? The truth is my shepherd. Whatever happens, I will find answers, and justice will be restored. I will perform the operation. Medica morbo adhibe.
Don't you go all bossy on me, clever clogs. You will act justly, but your justice will blind you and become his demise. This calls for the gentle hand of a surgeon. Step aside, both of you.
Your gentle hands are used to killing, not giving life. You will inevitably do harm. As for Brainy, he has no regard for casualties at all. Neither of you knows compassion.
Yes, it seems unlikely that we'll get along well, but there's only one truth.
Any choice is right as long as it's willed. That's the truth of the matter.
Only the heart will show you the right choice. Stop thinking about yourselves. Think of the sick. He's in pain. I can't see it yet, but I can feel it.
It's not even a trap. It's a grave. Subipsum funis sumus. Can't say I hold a soft spot for it.
I can see that. You're full of hate. Stuffed or not, it's breathing. I can hear it. It can be healed rather than killed.
You mean you won't become a killer? But you will. Mark my word, that's exactly what will happen. But I can avoid it.
No, we won't ever get along. I suggest we be on our way. The sooner the better.
Off we go then?
Let's go. The clock is ticking.
Oh, alright. I can see they're all still down there, just kind of standing around. Real quick. Okay, I wanted to check and see if there were subtitles, but there are not. So that was an awful lot of dialogue, and I know some people like having the subtitles on. Ah, okay, so here we're picking our character. I'm pretty sure, story-wise, you're supposed to go left to right? Yeah, okay, so we can't play the changeling, who's the little... the girl that was talking. Bachelor, the history of humanity witnessed a number of catastrophes that have demonstrated without a shadow of a doubt the pettiness of human achievement and the triumph of the invincible evil. Outbreaks of infectious diseases that have from time to time wiped towns and cities off the map are undoubtedly among those. However, smart and virtuous, the people caught up in these destructive events have repeatedly come to the conclusion that it's no use trying to fight these circumstances. Best you can do is bite the bullet and cope with your loss. This is the story of a person who's managed to work a miracle in defeating a seemingly unvanquishable foe. And the Haruspecs. How do they call upon the Menku, the faithful of a wardenkin, known by their hands for they are butchers, known by their eyes for they are surgeons. They who follow the lines, they who are the leaders of the kin, they who speak to Udurgs, they who know the secret art of haruspicy. What is a Haruspex? Reading the future in the entrails, he knows that a body bears semblance to the universe. His scalpel follows the lines of the body, his steps follow the lines of his kin's fortune. A Haruspex that can tell a true line from a false one is entrusted with power. A Haruspex who is confused by his path gets buried in the deep black flesh of the earth. Story of a person who has avoided the contradiction, eager to rip a doomed life apart, masterfully fulfilling his true purpose in the process. Alright, we're going to start with the Bachelor, because I think that's the one you're supposed to start with, from what I've heard.
Daniil Dankovsky, a Bachelor of Medicine, was brought here by circumstances most unfortunate. Dankovsky's life work, his theory challenging the existing notions of human mortality, is being harshly persecuted by the powers that be. Suddenly, a letter arrives from a colleague suggesting that there is previous undiscovered evidence which may support Dankovsky's claims. There is a settlement, the letter says, ruled by an extraordinary man who may well be seen as objective proof of Dankovsky's daring hypothesis. Grasping at straws of hope, Dankovsky decides to follow what he believes to be the sign of divine providence. Without further ado, he sets off for the settlement. Late at night, Bachelor arrives in the town. As he seeks room and board, he gets to know a girl called Eva Yan, and stays at her place till dawn.
As of today, my mission remains obscure. The examination of Simon Kane, who is rumored to be a man of incredible longevity, may shake the very foundation of modern thanatology and challenge the existent notions of death itself. However, even if this undying Leviathan proves to be more than a fairy tale, the mere confirmation of his existence won't suffice to prevent the powers that be from shutting our laboratory down. I need to find out the most fruitful approach. Simon is a well-respected man, and if he mistakes my interest for effrontery, it would be nigh impossible to convince him to help me break new ground in the field of human vitality. Today's quests we have none, other tasks we have none. Okay. Alright. Day 1, by the end of which the Bachelor finds himself battling a truly unvanquishable foe. Okay. That's encouraging. Shoot, there's something I wanted to look at. It's in settings. Hang on. Oh, yes, I wanted to make sure we could, or see what the save mechanic for this game is. So we actually just have a quick save and quick load button. We can also make manual saves, which is good. Alright. So this, I'm guessing, is our temporary workspace here in, Eva Yan's place. We can go downstairs. Is there anything else to interact with around here? Oh. Oh, that's I can store stuff in there. I have a scalpel. At 50% durability. And I have some gloves. I have a lot of drugs. A bottle of water. And kerosene, used for refilling lamps. I don't seem to have a lamp, though. Okay, I can sleep. That's good. This is not interactable. Oh, that's a window. I thought that was a cabinet. I can't interact with any of my notes. I can interact with the microscope. Oh, okay. There's nothing there, though. Presumably I have to find something to put in the microscope. Well, let's head downstairs. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot else for us to do up here. Where did the door go? There it is. Oh, okay. Should probably attempt to find our hostess and talk to her. Oh, hello. Okay.
I had a feeling you would come.
Okay. Evian says, did the sounds from the outside wake you up too? There was a terrible groan and then something snapped loudly. I fell asleep so quickly I didn't even notice. It's like I fainted. What sounds are you talking about? I just tell her no, I heard nothing, I guess. Oh, that's nice. It keeps a little log of what's been said in the conversation. That's very helpful. I think there are strangers in the backyard by the pond. They're unlikely to be playing mischief, but I have a bad feeling about this. I'm afraid to go out to them. I hope they go away soon and stop disturbing our sleep. Why do you think they aren't planning anything foul? Our population is so thin, crime is basically non-existent, especially here in the Stone Yard. Sometimes there are pranks, of course. Fights happen occasionally. People are young here, so they often go out at night. But we're a tight community, and now I hear unfamiliar speech. That's not a good sound. I'll go out and take a look, but I'm in a hurry, and I must see this founding father of yours. Are you willing to trade the company of a fascinated woman for that of a dreadful old man, even if he is a sorcerer? That's so sad. But Simon won't go anywhere. He has always been, he always will be. Even if the moon were to fall to the ground. Please stay with me a little longer. I couldn't even imagine the hospitality here, but who was waiting for me? I don't think she mentioned that she was waiting for... Oh no, that was her, like, opening line of dialogue, right? The voiced one. I didn't notify old Burak of my arrival, and I'm not even sure what made me take off for this place. Let's ask about Simon being a sorcerer. Are you in that much of a hurry? Do come around. The Canes are asleep now. Take your knockabout coat off, have a rest in my bed, let me warm your hands. You're so anxious to see Simon, as though your life depended on it. My life, yes. Now that my laboratory is on the brink of destruction, my whole life's pursuit depends on that remarkable man. If he's really managed to live that long, then his tissue will help me defeat death. Death? So that's the enemy you've chosen for yourself. Isn't it hard? I don't think anyone has managed to defeat that evil yet. Millions of doctors defeated it on certain singular occasions, but my enemy is more fearsome. It is death itself rather than a singular case of death. I think we'll go with that one. I don't understand. I can barely understand it myself. Could death only seem inevitable to us, but in reality be nothing more than a whim of the will that had shaped this world? This is the question. So where is the key to my victory? It's not far. The Canes live at the Crucible on Bridge Square, but could I please offer you a piece of advice? Sure. Simon has 2 younger brothers. The eldest of the 2, Georgie, is called the Judge by the locals. Visit him first. He isn't asleep. He'll teach you how to speak with Simon. The youngest of the 3 is Victor. His daughter, Maria, also wanted to see you. It's probably important. Was it she who knew of my arrival? Yes, she told me about it privately. Talking to her is no simple task. Maria is that kind of person. She puts on airs, but that's just how the Canes are. It was Maria who told me that she would help you defeat death. That's the precise wording. What a coincidence. Alright, thank you for the advice. Go, and I'll prepare everything for your return. Do come back after you speak to the Canes. They'll probably do a lot of things that will puzzle you and put you on guard. I have some advice to me. We've helped you if you need it. Okay, I'll come back. Alright. Oh, so this is our map. Marking things out for us. This is where we are? Yes. Okay, so the little arrow I'm guessing is us. So we gotta talk to Maria. Simon Kane we shouldn't talk to just yet. Where are other people? There were other people she told us to talk to, right? Simon's younger brother. I guess they're not marked on our map. Oh, the Crucible. Okay. Alright, cool. Okay. I don't feel like we should just like go around taking stuff from this lady's house, although her mirror seems to be a little bit busted. How do I leave? Ah, this looks like a front door. Ah, good. Spooky people. What's up, my dude? There's the tragedy. Venerable Bachelor, please be so kind as to linger for a minute. This conversation won't take too much of your time, especially since time stops during dialogues, at least during the important ones. And our dialogue is extremely important. You know how to play, after all, don't you? Play? What are you talking about, Mask Man? I'm neither a gambler nor an actor. Of course you aren't. You're a living, breathing man, as is evident from your conditions and statuses. You experience hunger, thirst, and fatigue. You suffer from pain, wounds, and diseases. You're so lifelike. You have to eat, drink, sleep, and rest, and to make mistakes. The latter being the most definitive proof of my human nature, wouldn't you agree? If I may, I would like to point out just how important it is to keep an eye on your conditions. If you get dizzy or are naturally sluggish, do have it checked up. Vital processes tend to run faster during emergencies than in everyday life. I knew a person who died of stress but was diagnosed with starvation. It happens, I can testify that as a doctor. You to remind a wise man like you of the facts that hunger is sated with food. Food can be found in shops, and shops can be found in ordinary houses that are marked with specific signs. Sleep, however, is more complicated. People only sleep in beds, and only in private residences around here. I'm sorry, but that's just how our world is. Yes, the world is unjust. And quite silly, if you forgive me for saying so. Speaking of commerce, different shops sell items at different prices. Make sure you don't get cheated. People can be quite brazen around here. You can also barter with the folk out in the street. Some things may be nothing more than trinkets to you, but others would willingly part with their life's blood for them. Blood. Yes, blood. It's not my place to lecture you, but if, following your Hippocratic oath, you ever considered easing someone's pain, feel free to just approach them with a suitable drug. You will see their pain receding before your very eyes. The sick fall asleep when they're close to recovery, don't they? Or when they're close to their ultimate rest. Still, helping the hopeless will grant you a good reputation. You'll be seen as a benefactor willing to part with precious sleeping draught, or a painkiller for a simple bystander. Anything else? No, not yet. Me the way to Simon's house. Turn left now, then walk along the alley. You will see a cathedral and 3 mansions across Bridge Square. Simon lives in the one that is closest to the river. Thank you. What about you? Are you a statue? You look kind of like a statue, but you're interactable. Whoa. Executor. Halt. I'm going to have to teach you about the technicalities of the setting, the time, and the place. It's non-essential, but that's just how it is. The actor is to be prepared before he goes on stage, or else he'll fall down the aisle or stumble upon the prompt box. That would look mighty silly, wouldn't you agree? Speak. I'm listening. Time flies by. It can't be stopped or turned back. Night follows day, which are then followed by nights. Things happen without any regard for whether you're there to witness them. Don't expect anyone to wait for you. Most events can be missed. And so it makes sense for you to visit the places that you care about regularly. You'll find the people that will play major roles in your fate there. They stand out from the common folk. The rest are just a crowd shot, a background, a bunch of extras. As it has always been. Indeed. Still, it's best to avoid hasty judgment. There's a paradox, you see. Don't try to care too much for the lives of these bound-to-stand-out people. Don't be too dismissive of the silent crowd. Both extremes will end in tragedy. Why is that? This world cares for your reputation, a fine and crucial instrument. Your reputation changes the world, you see, for it is a mirror. Wouldn't you agree? And so a bad reputation can get you into a lot of trouble. For example? Oh, need I describe? You've got vivid imagination. Everything changes from mystical aspects to mundane things like the people you need treating you badly, how many enemies you've got, how high the prices rise, how bad your dreams are. Lots of things. A sorry prospect, so how do I maintain a reputation? Really? How is that even a question? Same as anywhere. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not betray, do not steal, do not covet, do not be an asshole, do not get caught. The rules are the same everywhere. A truly selfless deed, like risking something for thy neighbor, or even a person who lives quite far away, can help in dire situations. I see. Really? Good for you then. As for me, I can't see anything in this mask. I have no idea what's going on. Anyways, don't get too worked up about human lives, and don't put too much stock in another's words, mine included. He who trusts everyone is asking to be deceived. Definitely, yet he who trusts no one is deluded. I know that from experience. Oh, okay, that's the end of our dialogue. Well, we should go, find those houses, right? He said go left and look for the cathedral. So I'm guessing it's that spire that's kind of sticking up ahead of us. And these must be the mansions. Very tall building. Hey, random person. Can I talk to you? Good morals and luck are a great help, and he's just a young man. Help in managing a small community without resorting to violence. Personal standing can work wonders. Sorry, I can't help feasting my eyes on your outfit. Who is the mad tailor? Let's not be mean to him. Interestingly, his picture is of a sewn doll, like the one that we saw in the little intro cinematic getting buried. What do you mean? I like our town. We're all one big family. But sometimes I get the feeling that we're all controlled by an unseen power. Our actions but fiction. It's quite possible. Okay, that's that then. So, these should be the people's houses, right? Ah, okay, so, let's see. Victor Kane, Maria Kane. I swear there was another guy we were meant to talk to, but maybe that was just Victor. Anyways, let's go talk to Maria first. She's the one that's like marked on our map. Do I have a journal? Oh, brings my fists up. I don't want to do that. Inventory? Okay. Ah, we got a little clock as well. Oh, I don't know what that does. Sorry, I'm just hitting random buttons to see if I can... Oh, there's our character. We have no adherence. Ah, here we go. Q brings up the quest log. I have no quest for today. God, we can just sort of walk into people's houses. Again, the only mirror in here is broken. Hello.
I often feel like someone's looking at us from the other side.
Is that why all the mirrors are broken?
I'm feverish. What can it be?
That doesn't sound good. You resemble an adventurer rather than a doctor. How is it that you know me? I saw you in a dream. Don't flatter yourself. My desires have nothing to do with that. I simply saw you take us all by the throat. Cruel words, but also honest. What's so bad about it anyway? The strong manipulate the weak when they want to. It's all in my hands.
I often feel like someone's looking at us from the other side.
Okay. She says, I have a lot to tell you, Bachelor Dankovsky, but I dare not until you meet my Uncle Georgie. Otherwise he'll rip my tongue out for disclosing a secret. Some strict morals your family has. They make much more sense than you may think. This is not a game, is it? For all that is holy, do you speak to my uncle and then come back to me. Otherwise the excruciating anticipation will tear my heart to pieces. Where is your uncle now? Close at hand, just next door. Go to the wing that's closer to the river. Its roof is shaped like a crown. Just next door. Go to the wing that's closest to the river. Oh, I guess there's a separate... Oh, it's like swords on the wall. Wooden swords everywhere, actually. Interesting. So... wing that's closest to the... Where's the river from here? This way. Isn't that... That's Simon's house? Oh, okay, they both live there. Alright, I see. We've got some kind of fountain. Where's the door to this one? Ah, here we go. Okay, we need to find Georgie first. Are you Georgie?
So the Saburovs have offered patronage to some changeling. Who is she?
Interesting. Georgie says, "Most venerable doctor, it is with great impatience that we've been expecting you. You need not delve into the minutiae of your business with us, since our family is well acquainted with your scholarly work. We are also quite aware of the difficulties you are experiencing and well prepared to do our utmost to support you. It hurts me all the more to be the one to inform you that Simon, my consanguineous brother, the creator, keeper, and embodiment of all that surrounds us, has been murdered." Might have to happen right before I arrived. Who did it? That is what we want you to find out, with your help, Bachelor Dankovsky. What do you know? My brother was murdered last night under the strangest of circumstances, but for all the mystery surrounding his death, I'd rather eschew the notion that his departure was connected with whoever visited Simon that evening. The visitor is a man of laudable rectitude and an old friend of our family. There are witnesses who testify that he and Simon did nothing but converse. Who's the visitor? Someone you know quite well. The man whom my brother saw last night was your colleague, Isidore Barak. Was he not the very person who advised you to come here as well? Yes. Isidore has done more than he thinks. I have a lingering feeling that time itself is using uncontestable powers to further its own intention. What do you think? I'm no fatalist. It could be that my mind is clouded by sorrow, but I cannot escape the feeling that your arrival was no coincidence. Your choice was made for you, my dear doctor. Let us not blame fate for it. Isidore wrote to you without making us aware. He took a risk that could have displeased our family. Really? Even though we were uncertain of when you would arrive, my brother was looking forward to meeting you. The tragedy may have been a consequence of the actions he took in preparation for your arrival. Someone has taken a powerful piece from the chessboard, a piece upon which your position here depended. It is doubly regrettable that Simon was playing on your side. So you presume the queen knew of the blow and sacrificed itself for a pawn, but why? To grant you victory over death. Was it not your ultimate aspiration? To help you. Simon seems to have played a very dangerous game with fate itself. He went out of his way to provide you with a body of evidence. If that is indeed so, I feel obliged. Do you want to help us, Doctor? Find the murderer for us. My brother, Victor, who is in the wing next door, would share some of his thoughts on the matter. Help us, and the reward will not disappoint you. Let's see. Indeed, it seems there are too many coincidences. Your brother's murder can just as well be called the murder of Bachelor Dankovsky. I'll help you in every way I can. I need some time to get my act together. I suspect you are not aware of that these developments turn my whole works. Okay, I don't think we need to tell him that. We'll pick the first one. I am convinced that if there is anyone at all that can help us solve this puzzle, then it is you. This mission calls for someone as astute and inventive as yourself. If Isidore was an instrument of fate, then Simon's murder is a message that fate intended for you personally. Do not think I'm inclined to blame you for that. I am not. That would have been strange, since I only just arrived in town. Okay. Go talk to Victor, but I talked to Georgie, so now I can talk to Maria as well. Okay. Alright, so let's, go talk to, oh, shift is crouch, okay. Space is jump. Alright, let's go find Victor. Ah, there you are.
What?
That's his voice line, okay. Victor, the famous Dr. Dankovsky, your arrival is a great honor for us. Victor Kane, at your service. My pleasure. I foresee that the things that have become ordinary for us will probably make you feel uncomfortable and disturbed. I would like to compensate for that impression. You know our small community has fallen out of the loop. Time leaves us behind. What do you mean? I mean the traditions. Games that we play with passion will most likely be of no interest to you. The people you meet here may seem eccentric, naive, or even somewhat deranged. Please take it easy on us. Don't judge us too strictly. I hope you'll be able to work in the atmosphere of mutual trust.
I fear that Simon's death is a symbolic event.
Okay. How can I help you? Georgie has told me everything, which is to say he told me very little, but it was enough to astound me. He maintains that you can provide a more detailed account. Or I can just tell him there's no need to worry. Which I don't feel like would get us anywhere. So you've agreed to help us. I have. May I ask why? Killer's goals seem to align astonishingly well with the goals of those who've been waging war against my work for years. We share a tragedy. I want to exact vengeance upon the ones that robbed me and my work of a future. I want to solve a puzzle. I even like having so little information. It's challenged my intellect. I'm kind of curious, honestly. I think we'll go for the third one. Prepared to answer any questions you may have. When was Simon last seen? He sent Isidore home, then an hour later he came to this hall to see us. He announced his plans to withdraw to the Focus and receive no one. He told us not to approach the Focus and to fast for a week, partaking of neither meat nor water. Then in the morning he was found dead. How was he found? Servants discovered him in the morning. The room had been ransacked. Everything that was breakable had been broken. His disfigured, contorted body bore signs of terrible suffering. His neck was twisted, his spine broken, I think. No one has touched the body. It is currently inside the Focus and will remain there for the prescribed amount of time. What's his Focus place? It's hard to explain. It's his study, if you will. An extraordinarily spacious creative laboratory, almost perfectly sealed off except for the door that was visible at all times, metaphorically speaking. I don't really understand. It's like an equation, or a mirror puzzle. Anyway, the murderer could not have been hiding there. Take my word for it. Well, Simon did get in there somehow. He could perform far more impressive feats. There's a reason why the whole town revered him. Alright, so how can I help you? Just take a look around. Trust your intuition. Do whatever you like. Speak to whoever you feel the need to. Look for the murderer, Doctor, then you will find them. Keep looking till the last breath. I'm sure your rational thinking will help you. Who among the townsfolk can help me with this? My daughter will advise you better there. Her name is Maria. For several days she's been obsessed with some design that is somehow related to your arrival. Yes, don't be surprised she knew beforehand that you were coming. I'm not surprised. Really? That's good. Anyway, Maria believes that several bound people will play a special role in your fate. Before you leave this place, of course, perhaps it is them you should ask for help first. Fine. Oh, first I'll seek help from my dear colleague Isidore Barak. Where does he live? I'll show you, but you must be careful. Simon's murderer, whoever they are, could not be an ordinary person. I can't imagine them even being a person. I fear it could only be fate, wearing the guise of a mysterious monster. I'll be careful. Alright, so that's Isidore's house, and we are currently over here. But we should go talk to Maria before we go find this door. Can I? Oh, I can't open this door. Oh. Interesting. Little wooden statue. Alright. Let's go talk to Maria real quick. See what she can tell us to help us out. What is this thing that keeps popping up here? This little, like, 3... I keep seeing things pop up at the top of the screen. I'm not entirely sure what they are. Oh, now I have a quest. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now listen closely. The time for collusions, secrets, and alliances has come. I'm going to ask something of you. I'm not used to that. I'm used to holding the reins, but you are not harnessed, so it would be unacceptable to address you in this manner. I find solace in the fact that my request will be welcome with you. It fits the style of your venture. I'm not an adventurer. My job is no adventure. I hope it never becomes one. You'd better be polite. I don't take kindly to orders. I'm a creature of liberty. No. I'm not going to just be rude to this random lady for no reason. I apologize if my words came across as mangled and silly. I am truly not used to asking, but the nature of my request demands complete and selfless humility. Just imagine me begging and kneeling. And believe me, I do feel that way. No need to kneel. What do you want to talk about? Today's death was the first, but it won't be the last. Simon has opened the score of irreplaceable victims. Soon their number will multiply. I beg you to preserve the lives of several people when the lines of their fortune cross yours. Before any of them dies, there will be a moment when you'll be able to intervene. I know that for a fact. Who are these people? That doesn't matter. What was destined to happen will happen. You can be whatever you want to be, but not a coward choosing to hear no evil and run away from reality. I will give you a list of those I know. I know of. Those people are bound to you. Bound? There's a tight spring of power within each of these people. Each of them can break the routine of human existence and become something greater. They are standing on the verge of their humanity, gazing into the realm where they could serve a different, higher purpose, without ever knowing it. Moreover, they are bound to make the leap, in one way or another. That's why we call them simply the Bound. How is their fate bound to mine? Did you say my victory depended on them? When and how are these people supposed to die? Bound to die. No need to shy away from it. That is also implied. You didn't answer my question, Maria. How and when will they die? I don't know. I'm not a mistress yet. The future is not as clear to me as I would prefer, but I can feel the present. I can already distinguish a dubious guess from the pulse of the precise knowledge devoid of words and images. These people are bound to you. Your lives are connected. I wouldn't have asked you to take care of them otherwise. Are you clairvoyant or something? Ah, yes, you haven't been told, have you? It didn't even cross my mind that someone may be unaware of my abilities. No one here dares doubt them, for they are evident. Yes, the mistress of every ruling house possesses special abilities. I am learning to see the future and transform the present. This fact offers your words a different degree of authenticity. Does it, though? Forgive me, but I don't believe in this type of phenomenon. Will you comply with my request? Will you save the lives of the people I named you? Answer me before going back to Eva. What do we do? Alright, if it's truly within my power, I'll do my best to save their lives. How do you know that Eva's asked me to come back? I need to go back to the capital as soon as follow. If it's truly within my power, I'll do my best to save their lives. Georgie Kane, Victor Kane, Andre Stamatin, Peter Stamatin, Maria Kana, Eva Jan, and Mark Immortal. Okay. Alright, well, she's smiling now. Alright, let's, Oh, you guys are back. Okay, no, we're still at the manor. Oh, we just came out a different door. Alright, let's see what you guys want real quick. Hi. There's something in particular we feel the urge to warn you about. When you speak to the bound, please choose your words carefully. Do not worry, you will easily be able to make out what kind of person is standing before you, an observant man that you are. So use that skill when dealing with the bound. Some of them are indeed worth insulting, whereas others need to be treated with utmost respect. I have no idea what you're talking about, or if I ever engage in conversation with someone, it won't be for personal gain. Every line you utter will have consequences. News spreads rapidly around here. If you spoil your reputation in one place, you'll have to reap what you sow in another. Restore your good name in the south, and you'll receive a warmer welcome in the north. They will heed every word you say, and you'll be rewarded. Good. Alright, what does Harvey Birdman, attorney at law, have to say for us? The town is small and rather unexceptional, isn't it? There are all kinds of people here, the simple folk and the more remarkable ones. The former will tell you more than they know. The latter know way more than they're ever going to let out. Keep a close eye on them. Your victory depends upon it. Who are these remarkable people? 20-something of them, easily distinguished by their lodgings or their presence. They're called many names: the bound, the fated, the adherents, the Gobbo's Taglor, the town circle. Simon preferred their company to any other. Is that a sect? No, there used to be a pagan game called Tagler, a roundelay of sorts. A Tagler means a kin circle, and Gobbo is a character from a local epic. And so the people that Simon was interested in most are called the Gobbo's Taglor. Some of them don't even know one another. How did Simon choose them? Because it is they that will decide the fate of this town. Don't be as distracted by the fact that some of them look insignificant or disreputable. They will earn their worth. You just give them time. They are the most important joints of the town. Why are you telling me all this? Every day one of them will try death by the tooth. Each will put their life at risk, and each one that dies is important. Some of them may take the keys to victory to the grave. Mind that the keys are yours, while the grave is theirs. Others will do the opposite. Don't waste your chance to condemn someone who may get in your way. How do you know what is helpful and what gets in the way? Okay, alright. Dropping you more hints would be cheating. Shutting up now. Allow me to conclude then. Each bound you save will influence the finale of your adventure. Each of them has their own goals and motives. It may so happen that those who seek a different ending survive, and then, well, you've been warned. Okay, I'll take that into account, and we'll be careful. Alright. Well, that's a good hint. Well, that is a decent place, I think, to call it for now. We met the Kane family, got a brief introduction to what the world has in store for us, and we have a murder to investigate. So, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Goodbye.